Nigga, are you being followed? Shit, I can't be seen with your shady ass. I'm already down on the polls. You on your own, Tariq.
Listen, I got something that can help your campaign, get you back up in the numbers.
Tick-tock. Clock's ticking, nigga. What?
Russian motherfuckers, they got a drug shipment coming in tomorrow. I'm thinking you could call your old NYPD friends, take credit for the bus, and they'll get you back up on the post.
How do I know you ain't bullshitting me? And you ain't gonna burn me like you did last time?
These Russians, they fucking with my business. So this is payback. Me and you, we both win in this situation.
Oh, you are indeed businessman at heart, Mr. St. Patrick. I'll give you that. For this quid, I'll quote.
In the dangerous world of street hustling and drug dealer, nobody is safe. Power Book 2, Episode 7 exclusive photos just dropped, and Tariq, a cunning, ruthless player in the game, he finds himself forced to team up with Tate after a brutal attack by the Russians put the operation at a halt. Together, they're going to have to hatch a plan together to lock up the Russians in order for Noma and her operation to continue to grow. Now, before we jump into this and we break down the photos that were dropped this week, if you like power content, breakdowns, theories, and predictions like this, then hit your subscribe button and turn on your notification bell so you get something every time I upload. Make sure you hit that like button and follow me on Instagram right here. Now, Tariq, he's faced with a large task. He has to handle everything his friends are doing because behind his back, Brayden, Effie, Kane, they all have their own lives, and we know that these lives, they cross paths and everyone could potentially get in trouble. Now let's go ahead, jump into it, break down the exclusive photos that dropped for episode 7 of Power Book 2 Ghost. It appears that Tariq is going to be on edge this whole episode. You remember Obi, when he seen Tariq leaving, creating a diversion to make sure that his grandma was safe by taking work and running through the subway, Obi told him that the white boy, the girl, Kane, and you all need to show up to the warehouse. So it looks like they're all back in the game, but also behind his back, we seen that Kane talked to Effie to get her in the game because Tariq pushed her away after he found out that she was the one that killed Lauren, even though Lauren is still alive. So for Tariq, he's here, all cap, no frap. Him and Braden, this is Braden's warehouse, and Braden stepped up, but Tariq is probably feeling a certain type of way because Effie's probably back in the scene, but he's not talking to her. She's going to probably be leaning on Kane a little bit more in this episode, and we're going to see their bond start to grow because you remember, Kane did stop her from ruining the whole website. So if Kane is in here, he's probably with Effie, and they're probably talking, doing their own thing. Braden is probably either on Wall Street or just doing his own thing in the building, but Tariq, he has to watch everybody because we know in the power universe, trust is something you cannot have. We seen Braden finally stand up for himself in front of Weston Holdings where he told Tariq, hey man, we got to put that behind us, but you're not going to kick me out of my own business because I brought you to Wall Street and I also gave you that warehouse. So for Braden, this is going to be tough because him and Tariq did have a physical altercation when he got off the elevator. Now, it's going to be up to Braden to try to navigate and keep everything on the low because he still doesn't know Lauren is alive and neither does Effie. Now Effie, her and Braden, they went their separate ways also. So as I was saying, it's going to be Tariq by himself, Braden by himself, Kane and Effie. So for Braden, he's got to figure out how he's going to navigate through it because you remember, he's also working with Kane behind Tariq's back with the life insurance money that came from Lorenzo when he died via Kane. So Braden, this is another secret that he's holding on to that might potentially come back and make Tariq upset with him because you're still dealing with them when it's supposed to be us. This photo here, it shows Monet. It looks like she's in the warehouse, all cap, no frap. Now in the description, it did say she's trying to take over the organization and be the head of this. Now I don't know how it's going to play out because you remember Noma took the 3 knuckleheads in up under herself with Obi as their supervisor. Now with Monet trying to insert herself since Lorenzo is dead, this is going to be tough. Her and Tariq, she did say Tariq is the only person she could trust, but if you remember last season, Effie was the liaison between Tariq and Monet. So now Monet's probably going to have a different direction to go with it, but you got to understand, all cap, no frap is Tariq's business. The streets business is Kane's. So I don't know if Monet is here trying to tell him how to run his, or she's saying, hey, the Tejadas, as far as us moving guns in the street and moving product, this is how we're going to do it. You need to make sure that your side is straight. Little orphan Annie, aka Effie, she's really on her own. Now she has Kane in her corner at the moment. We seen that she came over to Diana because she doesn't have any work but she still had the system, not knowing that Diana got the codes from Tariq and she could use the roof without the help of Effie. Now we know that Effie in the trailer, she does spot the camera up there, so she might not touch any of the product or any of the lockers to keep herself out of it. But whatever's going on here, it appears she might be in the office and they might be talking about her funds are low or something pertaining to school, and Effie needs to get right. She needs to shake back. Now I don't know how she's going to do this, but there is a picture of her running around, and we've seen it in the season trailer. She's going to be running from somebody, and I suspected it may have been Whitman, but we know Whitman is gone, so it could be Sax or somebody else that knows, because you remember, Lauren is still alive. Lauren has told Jenny it was Effie. So for Effie, it's going to be tough out here trying to make it because she doesn't have any money coming in. And remember, she's been trying to save $50,000 each semester to go back to Stanford for her doctorate in robotics. Effie, looks like it might be coming to an end for you. The family dining room, we know nothing ever goes according to plan in here. We had one of the most iconic scenes in Power Book 2 history where Diana exposed everything. Now there's no telling what Diana knows here on campus, but we do know that Kane is on campus. He's giving work to Effie. Diana, she's the only one that's supposed to be low key. Now, if she's going to be working with Tariq, she's going to have that work. Now, I'm not sure what the conversation is here, but there is a photo of Monet and Kai that we're going to break down after this. The family, at this point, they're kind of divided. You remember the funeral, Kane and Drew got into it with each other. Drew was pronounced the next man in line for the throne of the Tejada family by Monet after the shoot. So it's kind of pushing Kane out, and that's one reason Kane is looking to work with Effie. One, to get close with her, but two, to have a little bit of money on his own outside of his mom trying to step in and putting Drew in the #1 spot. Remember, Drew was not there. Noma hired Kane, Tariq, and Brayden, and then Effie got thrown in there because of Tariq. The exclusive clip that dropped on Monday was between Tariq and Tate, and you heard him tell Tate, hey, the Russians have a drop. I need you to take care of them because of what they did. Now, with the Russians on the scene, it's halting all the work in the streets, and it's a mini war that could potentially be started, all because Drew took it to another level and killed the son of the Russian boss when it was actually Gordo that did it. So it looks like the feds might be pulling up to the docks to seize whatever that the Russians have in this shipping container and stopping all this so they can get back in the streets. But this is just another good plan that Tariq put in place, because you remember he owed Tate. He owed Tate because he messed up with the IG situation. So now this is him getting right, and now Tate has that influence, and Tate, his numbers in the polls are going to go up just for the simple fact that he's getting drugs and guns off the street. So if he's doing this at a low level across the street from an IKEA where we all go and shop, then you know people are going to vote for him to get into Congress, because think what he can do on a national level. Now, we all know Rashad Tate for who he is. He's a little crooked, smooth talking brother, clean always, but he's dirty. There are a lot of theories going around about Lauren and who needs to take her out. Well, it's about to get serious. If they do take Lauren out, it's going to be a lot of eyes on them. So it's going to be a bad move. The best thing to do in this situation is for Tariq to stay on Lauren's good side and have her tell anything on Effie, Diana, if she can link something to Kane. Because at this point, Jenny has too much information. Sax has too much information. The bodyguards that are watching the house have a lot of information. So with Effie coming up dead, if they do it, it has to be towards the end of the season, in the finale, going into the next season, because this will be a lot of people coming down on the heads of Tariq and his organization, because they're all tied into this. They're all connected. On top of, Diana is on a photo. Lauren told that Diana was the only one on the roof. Jenny has photos of that, meaning if Lauren comes up dead, they're going to start going back to the Tejadas, and that might be one reason why we're seeing them raid the Tejada household. This is the DEA. This is Blanca's people. So they might have some kind of information. They might be looking for Diana, even though they know Diana's on campus. They could be using a search warrant to say not only Diana on the campus, but we know that she goes to her mom's house and stays there outside of school. And this could be why the DEA is kicking in the doors, coming in there, asking questions after they done raided and ramshacked everything. So episode 7, it looks like it's going to be another good one. I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm excited for it. And the last thing with the Kai situation, you can't put it past Monet. It looks like she's gonna be playing Kai. Kai has a connect, he has people in the streets, and if she can lure him in up under her, give him some of their work, and they can continue to push it. So don't think that Kai is really getting in here, because he was disrespectful, and Monet does not tolerate disrespect. But let me know what you think about this episode, because Kai, this might be the end of you. If you just chilled and worked with Kane or just been cool, you may have lasted longer out here. All right, let me know what you think about this episode. What are some of your predictions? Where did I go wrong? Where can we build on? And is Tariq going to be able to navigate through all of this with Effie working behind his back with Kane, Larenz still being alive and giving him information about the potential Rico, and then needing Tate more and more each episode? Let me know what you think. I'm Monet. If you like this kind of content, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching. I'm out.